am a retired warrant officer. I had a career in the Air Force beginning in 1941, and that's about the time that they started building Perrin as an Air Force base for the purpose of training pilots. I was at a pilot training base in San Antonio. Spent a couple of years in the Texas Panhandle in the general scheme of pilot training. Went overseas with a squadron that we went to Brisbane, Australia was our first port of call, and moved up to New Guinea, made 4 stops in New Guinea, made the landing at Leyte in the Philippines, and then later in the World War II we moved up to Okinawa, and our squadron was scheduled to make a landing on the home islands of Japan, precisely where the atomic bomb was dropped. And when that happened, the war ended rather suddenly, and I got to come home. I remained in the Air Force until I came here in 1961 and retired here in 1967. A man gave me a little display case with some model airplanes in it, and I talked to the airport manager, who is still in that office here on the base, and he assigned me a spot in the terminal building to put that case, and I put a little sign on the wall next to the entrance to that room that said Perrin Museum. So I guess that was the initial step in creating the museum here. Once we had gotten into this building and had a lot of space, we began to accumulate the memorabilia, pictures and uniform items and materials of every sort. We had got made application to the Air Force Museum system, and they assigned us this T-37 for display. We acquired this F-86 that's on the pedestal out here in the main boulevard from the one of the military groups in Sherman, and they gave us title to that, and we moved it out here and built this mount that airplane is on. This first little display here is some Revolutionary War soldiers that give us the starting point at which we have memorabilia in this museum. Next to the 3 soldiers is the early flag. Down below the flag there are some posters that are World War I recruiting posters, and directly above those posters are World War I uniform items, including a bugle that was blown at the end of World War I. The uniforms hanging right up there, the OD uniforms, are World War II uniforms when the Air Force was United States Air Force, Army Air Force. Centered on that is a picture on the wall of an aerial picture of Perrin as it first existed, with the runway pattern that was there during World War II. In the war in Europe, we used gliders to cross the channel when we made the move to get into France and Germany at the height of World War II. These are pieces of those big cargo gliders that were used in that operation. This is a typical living space in a barracks for one man. I built this way so that the children who come in here to see all this could understand what it was like to have a living space like this in a barracks, where there were hundreds of men that lived in rooms like this on every Air Force base that was built during World War II. This aircraft engine was unusual in that it was an airplane engine that was also used in a tank in North Africa. We ran short of the engines that powered the tanks. They were then normally powered by 2 Cadillac engines. And when we ran short of Cadillac engines, we tried this engine, and it worked so well we just kept using it. The headgear displayed in this case, it represents some of the earliest headgear that we used in open cockpit airplanes before the jet era. The headgear in this case is all jet pilot headgear that it's a protective headgear because of the possibility of them rattling around in a high-speed airplane, bumping their head against the canopy and whatever else might be in the cockpit with them. So we have been able, over a period of about 10 years, to accumulate all of this memorabilia that you see in this building, and attracted people from everywhere to this area.